morning, everybody. How is everybody on this nice cold day? It's actually a lovely day outside. It's I'm cooking for a change. Need to get my chair in the right place. It's actually a lovely day outside. It's sunshine. It's like a good Joburg winter day. It's cold. It's cold. It's icy and cold. But it is night. I'm cold in the house though, so I'm layered up. I have multiple layers. But if you are in, say how's it? Say hello, chat to me. I love to chat. So make sure you say hello. Today's going to be a little disruptive because my daughter's at home and she's doing online schooling. So in half an hour, I need to just quickly go set her up with her teacher. So I'll be right back, yeah, at 10 o'clock. Just a quick, 2 minutes to sort her out. But in the meantime, until then, today we are icing these beautiful little, these lovely, I've made sure I've zoomed in so that you can see. I'm going to be making these lovely little cookies. I wonder if I'll be able to record that. I might be able to. I'm hoping that I will be able to. Yeah, so I'm probably going to, in between, also go grab my husband's cell phone, because his cell phone takes the most amazing videos. It records in 8K, so we're using that a lot lately, especially for YouTube Shorts. So I'm going to make a short video out of this as well. So I'll go grab his cell phone just now. I don't need it for now. I've got 22 of them to ice. That's for an order. So I will be putting my mask on. But what we're going to be doing is we're just going to go with 4 colors. White for the clouds. And then we're going to make 3 little rainbow stripes in a nice pastel pinks, blues, and purples. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. And you can watch me do 22 of them on stream. So yeah, that's the plan for today. I've already mixed up my my royal icing. It's good old usual 4 egg whites, 500 grams of icing sugar. And I have all my colors. I always have this down here as a skin, so that it doesn't form a crust. So it really does help with it not forming a crust, because you really don't want the crust, because you're going to be piping super thin, very thin nozzle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure out. So the 3 colors, the pink, the purple, and the blue, we're going to make them pastels. We're not going to make them very bright, and we want this lovely pastel rainbow look. That's going to be this consistency which is quite runny, as you can see, and then it disappears quite easily. And then I'm going to use white, but I'm going to thicken up the white so that it holds its shape to make some like nice fluffy clouds. So, and then of course we're going to rainbows, unicorns, they all need lots and lots of glitter and sparkle. So I'm actually going to fill this up quite a bit, because we've got do I need to use, so actually with royal icing, when it comes to icing sugar cookies, a little goes a very long way. So I don't really need to actually have quite a lot. This royal icing I can pop in the fridge or the deep freeze and use later. So if I'm going to be doing lots of cookies in, like, you know, in the next couple of days or whatever, and for other orders, then I'll just pop this in the deep freeze. But if I have no other orders for needing royal icing, I will pop this in the deep freeze, and it is perfectly fine when it comes out. Either way, when royal icing sits for a while, you have to rebeat it. So whether you you know, keep it in the fridge for a couple of days, you just have to rebeat it so that it can recombine. But it's totally freezable. So I don't like things going to waste. So I always check to see whether or not I can freeze things so that I can use it at a later stage. It also just helps, you know. I don't want to go to waste. Oh, and you might hear my just nuisance dog of a dog, as usual. She's being quite naughty this morning, so she's, because the sun is shining today, I've left her outside to play, but she's in and out, in and out, in and out. So she's making lots of noise. So just apologies for that. Oh, so many people in this morning. That's awesome. Hello, everybody. For those who've just joined us, please say hi. Chat to me in the chat. Okay, so I'm just going to close up the white because I'm not going to use the white. I'm going to use the white last. And this won't be, I can't see this being a very long stream. I might not do all 22 on the stream because, yeah, it could be, you know, it'll end up being super boring for everybody. But I'll do it for at least like an hour or so. Right, so so I've got equal portions of this, so hopefully it'll all pan out nicely. I think this is more than enough for what I'm going to need it for. So, as usual, I always mix in the order. So I always mix in the order from, you know, all the colors. So I do pink, then purple, then blue, because I do pink, and then if, you know, having a little bit of pink in the purple is not going to affect the purple color at all, and having a little bit of purple in the blue is not going to affect the blue color at all. So that's why I do it that way, so that I'm not having to use 1,001 teaspoons or knives. And oh, this pink is on its way out. Okay, I only want a little drop because I don't want it too bright. I don't want it too dark. I want it nice and pastel-y color. I know that on screen that might look dark, but it's not actually. It's nice and light. And I'm going to pop that straight into for sugar cookies and icing sugar cookies. I love using these disposables. They're quick and easy, and they work perfectly fine for because I use them in my my DIY cooking bag boxes. They just, yeah, they work really, really nicely. It's and you can cut, you know, a nice small hole, and they work perfectly fine. So, and they're nice and small, and then you can hold it quite nicely. I struggle to actually get. I can get rather large pastry bags, and my pink ones that I use for buttercream and stuff. They work, you know, great for buttercream and stuff. Not so much for royal icing because they are too big. Unless I've got a hang of a lot to ice. But these work perfectly. I struggle a bit to get small piping bags this size in the non-disposable, the reusable ones. I don't know why. It's they only seem to come with they come with nozzles, and then you have to buy like 50, and they're super expensive. So I don't really use them. Oh, this is perfectly usable and perfectly fine. I'll deal with this. And again, I use it, like I say, I use them for my DIY cookies in a box for kids and stuff, and yeah, it just works out perfectly. Also, it helps reduce the costs of the DIY boxes. I didn't bring my icing sugar. My icing sugar, my glitter. I'll go get it just now, because I don't really want to put it on. I don't want to put my the glitter on. I want it a little bit dry before I put the glitter on. And glitter kind of sticks to everything, so I must just be careful with the blue, because the blue could turn quite dark, so I'll have to try and put less blue in to make sure it's lighter. Make sure it's all nice and mixed in, so it's not so, not streaky. Unless you want it streaky and stuff. I mean, that's what the... So this is, on my screen, is coming out looking like a bit of a lilac color, but it's not. It's actually more of a pinky purple. And my pink is looking super pink and dark on my phone. Not the case. It is a light purple. It is a light purple and a light pink. On my screen, it looks like one color. In reality, it looks like something else. And I try very hard to try and adjust the color so that it is as correct as possible. But now when I look at my phone, it's it looks super bright and super dark, and it's not. So, very strange. I can't seem to win with that. Because I'm looking at my laptop, it says it's hundreds, but then when I look at my phone, it's like a completely different color. But I think it's a setting of my phone. The screen settings. Okay, so I'll pop that over there. I'm going to put, actually, I'm going to try and put it as small drop as possible. Blue. Or else I'm going to land up with a really, really, really dark blue. But that's come out perfect here. Even though it doesn't look like it. I don't know what you guys are seeing now. When I'm seeing so many different shades here. Oh, it's so funny. So you can see as I've mixed them, it made no difference in the color from, just using the one spoon. Okay, then I just pop it in some hot water so that I can use it just now for, well, I'll use my knife to make it quicker. Mix that. Okay, so we've got our 3 beautiful colors. Just want some tea. Just thinking, yeah, that's it. Do I need? I don't think so. Sometimes you need like a. You get like a special metal one for icing royal cookies and that, but I just use a toothpick. It works just as well. Just to make sure that there's no bubbles and stuff. Yeah. The biggest box of toothpicks in my drawer. That's in a box, not in a plastic container. And now all 500 toothpicks have run out into my drawer. Sorry, I just go and wash my hands quick. So I'm just going to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my logo off and my laptop. So you don't need to see me while I'm doing this, I don't think. Do you? No. You just need to see what's going on here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch my laptop cam off and I'm going to switch off my logo so that yeah, so you can see nicely. So I like to use a paper towel to work on. It just makes for cleaning better, easier, that kind of stuff. These are my cookies closer to me so that I can do them. You'll see, I'm gonna pop them all on the side here. Right. I need a tray to put them on. So as you ice them, you just pop them onto a tray or flat, obviously not on top of each other, so that they can dry nicely. So I'll just pop them like that. Let me get a tray. So I just pop them on a tray like this. And then, yeah, while I'm icing, I just put them onto the tray to dry. I think we're gonna shift. Right. Oh. Getting into my position. Okay, so what we're gonna do, just make sure that you can see nicely. I'm actually going to do it upside down and then you'll be able to see nicely. I'm quite happy to work upside down. So we're going to basically go in the same orders as this. We're going to go pink, purple, and blue. Or we can go blue, purple, pink. I'm thinking blue, purple, pink actually. So I'm going to go blue there first, then purple, then pink. So what I like to do is I actually like to do We can either, no, we want them to run into each other basically. So you could make it really definitive in that you do an outline of each color and allow it to dry and then come back and fill it in. That way you'll get this like dry definitive line between each color. But I feel like a rainbow doesn't really have that. It's you know, the one color basically runs into the other. So I'm literally going to ice the one, then the other, and they won't run into each other, but they'll sit next to each other with no definitive line between each other. Then we're going to do those first because we want to put the clouds on top. So we won't do clouds first. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. We're going to cut a tiny hole. I always like to start with a really small hole and see if it's too small, and then I can make it a little bit bigger. You don't want to go big, then it's too big, and then it comes gushing out. That's not what we're after. So we're going to type a nice, okay, this is too small. It's just about coming out. So we're going to make a nice line between the colors. Okay, but now, so like I said, we could easily leave that to dry and then fill it in, but then that dry part, it'll actually look like a line, but now I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to fill this in. And my consistency of my icing is such that I don't really need to do anything. It's just going to basically run into each other. You can see it when I say it runs in and becomes totally smooth all by itself. I don't have to do anything to make it smooth. So we're going to do the same with purple. Cut a nice. Always do an outline first and then fill in. It just kind of helps for tidiness and yeah. So because we're not leaving each one to dry, you'll see how it just sits nicely next to each other. Okay, and then we'll do the pink. And because of the consistency of the icing, it just sits, and it's not, yeah, there's no bubbles, and I don't need to tap it or anything. It just sits nicely. So I'll pop that onto my tray for it to dry. I really do want that to dry nicely to a certain point, so that I can then put the white icing on top. So I'm just going to do a whole lot of these like that. Try not to go completely, you know, totally to the end, because it will start to run off. So just give it a, you know, a little bit of a gap. From the edge. It's like a really tiny gap, but it can tend to you know, dribble off the cookie if you're too close to the edge. which is not really what you want. And you do need a steady hand for this. Also, what you can see is I'm not running. I don't know if I hope you can see that. I'm not running my piping bag. The tip is not on top of. I'm not running it like that onto the cookie. I am actually a little above it, so I'm about half a centimeter above the cookie when I'm doing the lines and filling it in. I'm gonna have to quickly go and sort my daughter out quickly, and then I'll be back. So let me just finish this, and then I'll go and she's still got a few more minutes. So just gently, you can see I'm not really on the complete edge. And if you can see that, I'm not on the complete edge because I don't want it running off my cookie. Might maybe have made the purple bit a bit too wide. But it's, I'm not a machine. I'm not going to be exact. You know, yeah, I'm not a machine sitting here doing this. So it'll never be exact. You know, each one, each one will be slightly different. It will make them look as much the same as possible. The outlining just helps it to stop from running down. I think I've got time to do one more before I have to run to sort my child out. I want to do like a YouTube short of this, and the problem with this is that I want the one section to dry first and then do the other bit. And yeah, I suppose I could render it and edit it on in my software. Sometimes I just want things to be easy and to just do it on my phone and then publish it from my phone. I don't want to have to do it on my phone and then, or my husband's phone, and then take it over to the computer, do its thing, and then do it again. And then I've got to try and publish it from my phone again because it's a YouTube short. Things get a little complicated. Are you going to behave, sweetie? So when I say she's not behaving, she's still a puppy. And she's not behaving in that she steals the laundry out the laundry basket and chews on socks and panties and clothes and whatnot. And then she's chewing on my carpet and my husband's shoes. And so she's been naughty and she's got toys and I'm struggling actually to get her to stop doing that. Like I'm trained her and she can do all the good training stuff that most dogs would do at training. you know, the sit and the come and do this and do that. But sure, how to get her out of the habit of chewing my stuff is another thing. Okay, I'm just going to quickly, I'll be back now. And yeah. And I'm back. And I'm back. And I'm back. Okay. So let's get on with this. Sorted my daughter out. She's busy with her schooling, which will be for the next 45 minutes or so. My puppy dog wants to go to her, and I'm not allowing her to do that. She's a naughty little puppy dog. Okay, so let's carry on here. So I'm just doing a few of these in the meantime while the others dry a bit, and then I'll be able to show you how to do the white, the clouds. Oh. Just always try and clean your tip. Sometimes it gets a bit blocked up and stuck. So obviously, if your tip is, if you've got a small hole, you're going to have a lot more control of what's going on. If you have a bigger tip, it's just going to come flooding out, especially when it's this runny. And you don't want that. So yeah, just make sure that you start off with a small tip, check it, maybe make it a little bit bigger. Because also if it's too small, then it does like this weird squiggly thing instead of, coming out nicely and flowing. I think what I need to do is I need to get my husband's phone so I can do a YouTube short from it and set it up. And the more you practice this, the more you'll get it. You'll see how it'll go quicker, and yeah, you'll be able to. So the reason why we want this to dry a bit is because we don't want to put white on top of it before it's a little bit dry, because what will happen is it will almost like smudge into it, and the colors will bleed into the white. So I know you sometimes you see these quick videos on icing, but what you don't see is that they're actually leaving it to dry a bit before they do the next color and stuff. It's been edited. Which is what I'm going to end up doing, because yeah, just so that it can look like one video instead of I don't know. I hope you can hear my child. She's because they're asking her to do something. Oh no, I don't think you can hear her. When she's shouting. This online schooling is something else, because especially for these little ones, she's only 6. And the teacher puts on mute. What you doing? Okay, you're supposed to be doing school. Rebecca, go back. It's so difficult for these little ones because they don't understand that they've been put on mute. So they're shouting. She's shouting and whatever, and meanwhile no one can hear her besides us. You know, the teacher can't hear her shouting the answer out or anything like that. Originally, when we had to do all this online schooling last year, she hated it because they weren't responding when she would talk, and yeah, and the more they didn't respond, the more she hated it because she didn't understand that she had been muted and they can't actually hear her shouting out. But this particular teacher is very good in, she knows that they're muted and she kind of watches what they're doing, and she'll just, you know, say their name, you know, whether, you know, just so that they feel like they're being listened to and that she can hear them. Because obviously you can't really actually have them all on at the same time because it's super noisy when they're all trying to talk on Zoom at the same time. Although she's also very good. She does actually unmute them for a certain amount of time, and they actually are very good because she tells them that they have to do it exactly like at school, where they've got to put their hand up if they want to talk, and they're not allowed to talk when she's talking and stuff like that. So they're very good. They do put their hand up, and then she, you know, talks to them. So. Rebecca, what are you doing? Why? Are you supposed to? Listen to what you're supposed to be doing. Oh, she can't sit still. My angel. Oh. She's let the dog in. Oh my goodness. They're learning the letter L. The dog has nothing to do with the letter L. Really has nothing to do with the letter L. I think what I'm going to quickly go do is I'm going to go get my husband's cell phone so I can record my YouTube short. Sorry for the disruptions. I knew that this was going to be a bit of a disruptive stream today. Yeah. Here's what it is when your child is at home and not at school. Okay. So I'm just gonna set up my, so you can see me, because then you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just actually going to set up my laptop. I mean, my husband's phone. What's she doing? Sweetie's in there with her, so she's gonna have to go out just now. Can't stay there. Rebecca wants to show everybody Sweetie. Yeah. So now, quite difficult actually trying to get the right angle when it's on a tripod. I kind of struggle a bit. Okay, so I'm going to move that over. See if I can do it. Oh. No, I can turn that way. So YouTube Shorts, it popped out because of the. No, you're not giving her more. You can give her a treat. Okay? I don't even think that that's got anything to do with what you're supposed to be learning. So with YouTube Shorts, you have to have it in this portrait position, otherwise, yeah, it doesn't recognize it as a YouTube Short. So I'm gonna, not a lot, Rebecca, and she can't be in your room too long, Rebecca. Baby girl, she's in your room. I don't know what she's doing in there. Okay? Quickly. And then she's going to get into trouble. Poor dog. Okay. Let's see if we can do a YouTube short to them. Oh. I like to, especially with something like this, we want it as close as possible. But my tripod is falling down because the phone is heavy. Hey! What are you doing? You've not even seen it. What do you want it in here for? Why do you want it in here? Hey? In my YouTube short. Is it supposed to be in my YouTube short? Is that what you want? You want it in my YouTube short? Okay. My husband. Okay, so everything looks good. The color looks good. I'm happy with that. So let's do a short. I'm going to have to do it in 2 takes because we want this bit to dry. I just want to, I mean, they all look good, but I want an even nicer one. Okay. My husband's insisting that they be in the YouTube short. And if the video is longer than a minute, I'll speed it up. You can see as I do it, the holes close up because my consistency is right. Okay. And then you'll do pink. Love. I think Sweetie needs to go out, or else Rebecca's not concentrating. I don't even think they're watching her. Are they even talking to her? Okay. So we're going to stop there, and then I'm going to do it in another take to do the other bits when it's dry. And in the meantime, I'll continue with the other. So I'm going to show you how to do. What I'm going to do is, because I'm not going to ask all of these on live, because it just becomes too boring and tedious for everybody else. So I'm just going to show you what you can see it's a little, I can actually touch it a little bit, but it's dry enough, it's not running off or anything like that. So I'm going to be able to do the white. But again, you kind of want it dry as possible. So for this purpose, I'm just going to show you how to do it. And then you kind of want it dry as possible so that the color doesn't bleed into the white. Especially with dark colors. So like if you were doing a white or a black or something like that, those colors need to be super dry before using your white, because it will bleed into your white. And it literally looks, when I say bleeding, it looks like it's bleeding into your white. So I'm going to make this this much thicker. I want it to hold its shape. I'm still going to just have, I'm not going to use an actual nozzle. I'm going to keep it with the circular so I'm going to use one of the disposables without a nozzle. I'm not going to use a nozzle that has like a pattern or something. I'll create a pattern. So you can see it's just getting thicker. I'm going to add some more. Okay, you can see now if it, you can see it's, I'm going to show that it's holding its shape. So that's what I want. Maybe one more scoop. Because I don't want the white to be flat. I want it to be, I want to be able to create a little bit of a swirly pattern and make it look like, you can see now it's holding its shape. I wanted it to be able to hold its shape, and so we can make like a swirly, cloudy kind of pattern. Okay, so I'm also just quickly going and got my glitter. Wait, Sweetie, Rebecca. Okay, you need to be in your bedroom. What do you need to get? With lemon, you want lemon juice? Lentils? Lentils? Let's look here. What else? There's lentil. I think you can take some. Do you want to take these? This is called lentils, and you can show them. These are called lentils.
Okay. Can I just get a snack? So I can eat one.
Okay, hold that nicely because it's blocked. Do you want me to open it for you?
Oh, shit.
Take that with you. No, not the whole bag. Okay. And then okay. Okay. Let me open it. Try not to oh, is it too heavy? Come on. Show it. Sorry guys, super disruptive live this morning, and unfortunately Friday is going to be a bit much of the same. Okay. We're going to put this nice and thick. So obviously with this particular, because it's thick, and these bags actually are not they're great with this, but then they're not so great with the very thick. It can possibly pop. So I'm actually going to double up the bag just so that it doesn't pop. But I'm also going to make the hole much bigger. I'm not going to make the hole small. Just you can, if you're going to pipe really thick icing like this, then because now if you were doing lace work, you would have it thick like this. But then you would use a reusable bag, and also what you would also do is you would use a nozzle. You wouldn't do it like this. And literally I only use this for icing cookies like this. Otherwise I would use a nozzle. Old-fashioned lacework apparently is coming back into fashion. So I'm actually going to make this hole much bigger. I just wanted to let the air through because I've doubled it out. Okay, so because I've doubled it up, I just wanted to let the air through. I just want to make it a little bit thicker. Okay, and this is where I'm going to use my I'm actually going to do it on, sorry, I'm just going to do the video as well at the same time. Okay. Best I put these duties back in. It's part of my video. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do is we're going to then pop that bit on. Okay, so obviously clouds are like round and stuff like that, so we want to make it round. Oh, that's clever. Okay, I'll do it on the next one. I forgot to press record. So because it's so nice and thick, you can get a nice shape. And now you can overlap on this icing because it's slightly dry. So I'm going to just give it a bit of some swirly bits, like that. I'm going to do it again for my recording. So that it has these beautiful swirly bits. And then we're going to pop some glitter. Now's the time to put your glitter. So that it's nice and sparkly. Okay, I'm going to just do another one that I'm going to record. Right, so let's record this one. And you want it to overlap on your rainbow. So I don't want the little pointy bits, so I'm just like going to blend them in a bit and give them some swirls. And some glitter. Okay, so that's basically how we're going to go until we are done. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, it wasn't going to be a very long, put my logo back on. It wasn't going to be a very long live. I think I've been on for just over an hour. Yeah, I'm not too sure if you guys want to be, watching for 22 of these. So I'm going to carry on, get them done so that they can dry nicely, so that I can pack them and be able to deliver them tomorrow afternoon. But I will see you on Friday, Friday morning, same time, 9:30. On Friday morning, I'm going to be doing all things Women's Day. I have been posting, I don't know if you've noticed, on a Sunday afternoon or Sunday morning, I've been posting a tribute to certain female friends that are very close and dear to me, who I feel need a little recognition for their services and what they do for me, and what they do for the community and stuff. So the treats that I'm going to be making, I'm going to be making one kind of treat, or I'm going to be making cakesicles with my nice new Magnum shaped mini, and each one is going to be different, and all inspired by each one of these ladies that I speak about each Sunday, just for the month of August, just because it's Women's Month and we need to celebrate women. So I will see you on Friday morning, 9:30, and have a fantastic Wednesday. Bye.